They're concerned about the state of the Star Wars fandom, you don't say. Is access to Kathleen Kennedy really, really that important? Why? Why do we need this sort of celebrity connect? Because guess what? These celebrities that you're sucking up to, they're going to be nobody in 5 years. I guarantee you, they're going to be nobody in 5 years. They're going to be that guy on a panel show. Hey, I remember you. I remember that. You know why? Hollywood. How Hollywood's job losses are impacting the industry as LinkedIn is labeled a pit of despair. Hollywood has a mental health crisis. Yeah, all the Hollywood executives who lost, oh boo-hoo. The finding work has not only been challenging, the challenge they've had to overcome, also the feeling of hopelessness that comes with being out of the game, with little to no promise of ever returning. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what's been happening. Once you're in, you're in, and once you're out, you're out. And that is why they all stick to the script with all of this woke ideology, diversity, inclusion, you're an ist, you're a phobe. And why? They repeat it because people want to be decent people. People don't want people to think you're crappy. We know we're all crappy people. I think deep down everybody's a pretty crappy person, and nobody's competent at anything. I think once we can realize that, nobody is competent at anything. So why is the entertainment industry so set on grasping at these straws of, like, oh, Screen Rant, right? Why are they so desperate to kiss up to Kathleen Kennedy? Why? And that's all this really is. This is I'm concerned the fandom is toxic. That's what we see time and time again. Right. Toxic levels of toxicity and hatred dividing fans and affecting news stories reception. Isn't this really a sign, though, that the franchise has outlived the culture? It has outlived the generation of fans it is for. It has outlived its usefulness as a storytelling palette, I guess. As a canvas would be the better one. The Star Wars fandom is tremendously passionate. The Discord is nothing new to the Star Wars fandom. It feels as though it is a peak for the franchise. See, this is the same crap that I'm seeing. Is this gonna work forever, though? Is this even gonna work forever? Because look what happened with Tenacious D recently, right? We saw the Tenacious D crap where Kyle Gass said something about Orange Man Bad, right? And then they got canceled for it. They got canceled for going the boo Orange Man Bad side, for going, they're pro Orange Man Bad. They got canceled for that. Now, the theory I was hearing is that they're not, like, insurable because of that now, because now they're a liability, because now they're a target of the people who are pro Orange Man Bad. And this is what I'm seeing, is that the entertainment industry is collapsing in on itself, even amongst the wokier than thous, amongst the wokest of the wokes. Is it even worthwhile to make these statements and these side markers, right, where you're that concerned, where you're kissing up to the Kathleen Kennedy, to they're just toxic, they're online harassment and sexism and blah, 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 blah. Maybe women can't do things. Did you ever think of that? Maybe we can't do things as well sometimes. And I know people are gonna say, but Mecca. No, sometimes I can't do stuff as well as men. Sometimes I can't. I admit it. I would have loved to have a man screw into the wall so I didn't have to, or put the bed together. Why couldn't that be a thing? Why can't I have that in my life? I would love to have a society. I would love to have a society where the most passionate and the most skilled people are employed at jobs. That way I'm not struggling with what I'm struggling with right now. Maybe. I don't know. Is it a woman's fault? Is it my fault for not knowing? I don't know. I'm saying God doesn't want me to have these things settled and resolved. God doesn't want me to have these appointments made. So until God can get his crap together and figure out what God wants, then maybe God should admit that women should not be making the Star Wars. What the hell am I going on? Okay, maybe I'm going a little sexist. But at the same time, look how crappy Star Wars has been. Maybe it's just time to admit it. Maybe it's time to admit it. That these women, like, nobody wanted to see Mary Ray Sue Palpatine. She's the granddaughter of Palpatine, who was using the evil dark side of the Force, which is all the hatred and anger and rage, to transcend death, which is an allegory for the World War II bad guys, who are an allegory for what they learned from the Crowley occultism stuff anyway, which is using the hatred and anger and all that stuff to come back after death, which is all that's a allegory for right there, is that little Mary Ray Sue Palpatine is a warning of, warning, the World War II bad guys have somebody on Earth that they brought back who is just as evil and powerful as they are, and they can heal people, or they can pull the starship out of a sky and crush it like a tin can for all we know. And she might be a woman, and she might be really, really mad that she has to do all the things for herself for all we know. She might be the actual reincarnation of the World War II bad guy for all you know, hiding in plain sight on this planet. Or she might need to just get some, I think, at this point. Is it just frustrated? Am I just frustrated? I think I'm just frustrated. I think I just need a boyfriend. I think I need a boyfriend, and then everything will calm down. The universe will calm down. It'll settle down. The Star Wars fandom is tremendously passionate, but I'm concerned about it's become far too volatile right now. Discourse has turned into arguments, and far too many conversations are infused with hatred instead of opinions. That's not true. You can't just have the opinion that this doesn't make sense canon-wise, that this is corny and goofy. You can't have any opinion other than, yay, it's diverse, yay, it's diverse, yay, it's women, yay, it's women. You can't have it. They sound like these stupid clapping monkeys with, those creepy clown ones, those creepy haunted ones. That's what it sounds like. And I'm talking about the white women. Get it out of your head. Don't be racist. I'm talking about the white women on Twitter. The one... Yeah, it's different, because that's the only people who actually care about this, isn't it? It's social justice warriors, right? And bots, right? Because guess what they're saying? Guess what the people who are actually sitting there watching it are saying? Yeah, these stories are kind of bad. This show is kind of boring. This is really cringe. Or it's a completely different generation, and we need to go, and we're up and out, and we shouldn't be watching it either. I've made 5 arguments in the past 2 minutes, haven't I? This has led into the Star Wars fandom to have pessimistic views regarding the franchise stories and how they decide to tell them. Shows like The Acolyte have developed controversies as hotbed topics, led to nasty quarrels directed at movie directors, series creators, and actors who get called out online by fans in remarkably strong ways. Online sources for the fandom have been attacked for updating their information based on new details presented in the story, based on new details. So it looks like you're rewriting and retconning a bunch of stuff, and we're mad. F you! F you! I'm sorry, Screen Rant. F you. New information and new details. Okay? This just sounds like you're mad that we're calling out retconning. Always review bombing and never positive review bombing. They are positive review bombing. They are positive review bombing. Review bombing. Ugh. Fandom intensive infighting is the worst that I've ever seen. Here's another article. Oh no, it's the same article here. Oh, for crying out loud. It's the same article. Oh yeah, in the articles. It's the same article over and over again. Hollywood, they can't even, like in the industry, they can't even get jobs. They want to replace everybody with AI. They want to replace all of the background extras with AI. They want to replace what? All the writers with AI. They want AI stories that are just laid out. They're all using ChatGPT. They're all using AI. That's what they want. One calls LinkedIn a pit of despair. Another feels an overwhelming lack of purpose. Yet another groused about simply feeling stuck. Yeah, that's everybody. That's people on YouTube. That's people on YouTube. It's almost a state of panic because the industry is so challenged, lamented one out-of-work TV executive. I was having these chest pains, and for a second I thought, is this my heart? But ultimately, it was panic. Yeah, for the first time in their life, they had to struggle. For the first time in their life, they had to figure, what are they going to do? For the first time, I'm not upset. I'm not upset. Try living like that every single day of your life, and then have to worry about people who can't get freaking referrals correct because I don't know how to ask for the right thing. Is it me? I don't know. It's probably me. I don't know how to ask for the right thing. I don't know how to ask for the right thing. I don't know how many times I'm supposed to call to get the same thing that they already thought they sent, and now they got it sent, and now they did the wrong thing instead of both. So I'm like, I don't know. Can we just get it correct? Maybe the doctor should be talking to the people instead of the person who knows the least about it, which is, hey, I hurt. Hey, I got something wrong. Maybe you guys know more than I do, and you should have somebody who's a little bit more qualified getting all this stuff. Maybe I shouldn't have a referral and have to jump through 17 doctors to get one thing done in like 4 months. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the entire industry. Maybe that's the entire country. Maybe they were going through 17 executives to get one thing. One thing made. And all these executives don't know what anything did or said. It's all computer. It's all on the back end in the computer. There's not a person to talk to, hardly. And once you finally get somebody, they're so busy. Like the poor woman, like I'm not blaming her. She's got a kid there. She's got a kid crying. She's probably working from home. I think it's me. I think I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to ask for because I'm not a doctor. For crying out loud. That's why I'm like, is it me? I think it's me because I'm not the doctor. I'm the least qualified person. I didn't go to medical school. I didn't even go to YouTube school. I know. What does that have to do with it? That just has to do with all of it. That is going on in the Hollywood civil. Like Hollywood doesn't even like itself. Like I said, I'm surprised they're even running these articles. Like, who are you even kissing up to anymore in Star Wars land? Like, is Kathleen Kennedy, like, does she have one foot out the door already? Who cares anymore? I think all these people, they're just taking all their money, all the executives, all the really, really high ups, and they're going off and retiring somewhere, and they're just letting all the lower level execs and all the people who are just, like, paying, bills month to month just to make ends meet. They're just like, you know what? Let them fend for themselves. That's what it's kind of getting like. It's getting like that in the entertainment industry. That's why they do these. It is getting to be the Hunger Games, isn't it? It is getting to be the Hunger Games. I was watching You Know Who this morning. Where is he? I don't even see him. Point is, you know him, Mr. Civil War with the beanie. I was watching him, and he was saying it's getting to be like the Hunger Games for people. And I'm like, that's how it is in Hollywood. That's how it is for jobs. That's how it is for everything. People are fighting for the last $2 and the last tips. You're just tipping it yourself in the service industry. Who's going out? Servers. Food servers. Who's going out? People who work for tips. Who's not going out? People are expected to tip a lot, Who's ordering DoorDash or McDonald's for $2? People who live in the country club. That's who. So, if you want your identity kept a secret in the country club when you're chowing down on your McDonald's, when you should be working out and keeping your tip-top shape, then I'm the person you want to offer some money to or a job. That's not a blackmail. That's just, I know your dirty little secrets. If you're going to be that way, beep, 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 beep. Now, if you're going to annoy me, I'm telling. If you're going to annoy me, I'm telling. That's the last bit of this segment. I'm going back to my live chat. Don't go anywhere.